What's up, everybody? Michael Silva here, episode 78 of Live Day Trading. Let's get into it. All right, so we had this trend line here on ticker symbol INO on the 5 minutes, been kind of going down, and we just saw this big burst out. Now, I just saw this burst out, so I didn't get to catch that nice big momentum to the upside. However, with a nice big volume, nice big break, I think that this price can really just go right up to 29 bucks. Pretty simple. So 29 bucks is right here. I think that'd be a very good target area. I'm gonna go ahead and put a line right there. Boom. I think it could potentially even go higher, but right now what's cool is this is a big bull pull, so we might see it consolidate down a little bit. I'd like to pick up shares a little bit lower. Let's say 29.35. Yeah, let's see if we can go a little bit lower, and I'll try to pick up shares at about 28, 30. It's hard to say. Let me see. We just got to kind of let this consolidate here a little bit, because I do think that potentially what we'll see is some sort of a bull flag and then a breakout even higher to the upside. It looks like it struggled to get above this right here, the 28.68. So let's see. Sorry, I'm just thinking fast here, trying to figure this out. I'm going to go 250 shares right now. 28.40, and this is to go long, this isn't to go short. And the reason why is because it did break out of this very nicely, and now it could be consolidating. Now typically you might see some sort of back test, but I'm going to start low. I'm going to start at 28.48 with only 250 shares. Let me see here if I can draw another line where my entry point will be. 28.48. There we go. Got filled. Did I do 28.48? 28.40, my bad. There we go. So I filled in right there. That's my first entry. And now if we can pull down a little bit more, I'll do another entry here of 250 more shares, potentially more, depending on what I like to see, what I see here. So this yellow line right here represents another buy order. I'm going to actually get in 500 more shares if we get a pullback down to this range. So right now I'm in 250 shares right here where the price is hovering. I want to enter in more right here. So I'm going to be scaling into the position. By doing this, it's going to move my average cost a little bit lower down, probably into this 28.25 range. And what that'll do for me is give me, it'll help me catch more of this pullback to potentially see it more consolidate and move higher. I do think that the price can reach 29 bucks. So if I get from, 28.25 all the way to $29 with 750 shares, that's a pretty good gain in my opinion. So let's go ahead and see what takes place here. All right, so what I just did was I actually, because it's consolidating here and it's looking pretty like it's building a good base as far as strength right here as a support, I went ahead and just bought, I didn't buy yet, but 28.25, I moved my limit order up a little bit to buy in more shares. Now what makes me think that this is a good trade is because of this big breakout on high volume, that's good, and then it's consolidating on lower volume. So if I do get filled here, I'm going to be pretty excited. It doesn't mean that it can't just, completely backfire in my face, but I'm feeling pretty confident about this trade overall. I hope that I get more shares filled, or it's not going to be that, exciting of a day. I mean, a green day is a green day, but still. You can also see the MACD looks like it's trying to curl over a little bit. It's still above zero, and it's looking like it's kind of losing momentum to the downside, and it kind of wants to start picking up. All right, so I just got filled right there. That could have been a flush point, so I might bounce, shoot a little bit lower. But now I should be at 750 shares. Oof, there's a big flush. So I should have probably just held my price down lower and kept it there, but I didn't think that this big flush was going to take place. But that's okay. Okay, so I actually got in 250 more shares just because that big flush, it was very overextended. So I think that that was a sudden pullback for people taking profits off the table. And I do think it's going to continue to continue to head higher. So my average price right now is 28.04. I'm sorry, not 28.04, 28.24. So we're right here above where that flush point is. And notice how this candle came back and back tested right here, this area of this trend line, which was once, let me make it thicker here actually. It was once resistance, then when it broke through, it acted as support right here. So I think that this was the pullback, and clearly it was a big price move, big candle, but still it's on low volume, and the overall breakout was on high volume. So I'm still feeling pretty confident about this. I just wanted to touch on the price action here. It's been, each of these candles are 5 minutes long, so I've been kind of just sitting around for quite some time. Basically at $0 unrealized P&L gains. I mean, a little bit higher. It's above the green line, so that's good. But it had a pretty big back test, which it really wasn't expected to go that far for me. But I mean, I get it because it came and retested this trend line, so I should have been a little bit more patient on my entry point, which then I'd be doing pretty well right now. But then as you can see, it's still making new higher lows moving up this chart. So that's a good sign for me. I'm looking for a break above this 28.50 would be nice, but I'm going to take some shares off the table at 28.48, which is kind of just below this high of this candle, and then also back here. It's kind of just right around that range. Not going to take off everything, but I'm going to take off half my position because that would be a pretty decent sized gain for me right out of the gate. Another thing to take note is these long lower wicks. So it leads me to believe that there's still a lot of bullish momentum to the upside because the price gets pulled down by profit takers, and then the bulls really just step in and start bidding up the price. So overall, I mean, it looks good. It looks like we might see a high volume breakout here pretty soon. I'm thinking 28.40 looks like the level that it should close above, and if it closes above that on the 5-minute time frame, we'll definitely see this puppy shoot higher. There's that pop that I was talking about. Holy moly, that thing just moved like a rocket ship. That was not fast forward. It just literally clicked above way up there. So I got rid of my 500 shares. I'm going to actually go ahead and sell 500 more right now and just take my profits. That was a big pop. Wasn't expecting it. Now it's going to have some resistance up here at this level, 28.78, but that brought me up to $296 profit for the day. Plenty of profit for me. I don't want to risk losing it. $300 day basically. So holy moly, that was impressive. I was not expecting it to be that big of a pop. Now here's where I messed up on this trade. I entered in originally down here, but I did a small amount, so that wasn't the problem. Okay, on the consolidation, I figured, hey, maybe that's the low. I'll pop it in right around there, and I'll get some shares. Or it was maybe a little bit higher. I can't remember. Maybe it was just a little bit higher up here, and the thing that I did wrong was I set up an area down here as to where I wanted to enter some more shares and scale into the position. But then as I noticed that the price was fluttering around this area of support, I said, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and enter in over here. And I was patient for the price to come down to here. But as you can see, it flushed down and hit my original objective. And if it did that, and I picked up more shares down here, the 500 share position when I was 250, my entry point would be farther down here. And if it would be farther down here, then this would have been all profit up here, a lot more than $300. So that could have probably been another 150, maybe more in profits. As you can see, the price is really breaking itself out, and then we had that resistance right here at this level, 28.70. So it might break through higher, but plenty for me for the day. So I'm happy with that. All right, everybody. Hope you learned something there. This is how you play a breakout. Oh, look at this. Yeah, it's still going. Is it going to meet my original target of 29 bucks? Go figure. Sometimes I just get too anxious. I can't withstand that big of a move. But you never know. This can form a nice big pull. It might consolidate more and then eventually come back up to touch that 29 bucks. Oh my goodness. Get out of here. Oh my gosh. No. I should have definitely let shares play out. Ah! Hindsight is the worst. So clearly when it broke out 28.40, I thought it was going to offer a lot of resistance up in this range, so I took off my position. And it just... Get out of here. Oh my God. Oh, Lord, oh Lord. Yeah, so that was a bigger burst up than I thought I would have been. Man, that would be like, I'd be up like $600 right now. Now, here's an important thing, okay? Don't let hindsight mess up your trades in the future, okay? This is my strategy, and I go with my strategy. The moment I change it is the moment that I don't see something like this, where I wait and then it just shoots back down and I lose all my profits. So don't let this stuff really confuse you or mess with your head, especially on your strategy. It does suck because, yeah, that's a lot of profits that I just left on the table. But this doesn't always happen. So there's been plenty of times where I take profit off the table and the price shoots back down. But clearly it broke the 28.40, which we were talking about, and then it was just a rocket ship up to the $29 target, where that blue line was, where it was my original idea as to where the target price would go. Whatever. It is what it is. All right, I will see you on the next episode. Goodbye.